Kevin? Mark? Okay. Let me rewind that just like God. So our next speaker, who hails from Seattle.
Go Hawks!
We'll be in Seattle for that cowboy vacation. A cowboy game. So, let's bring him up. Mr. Santiago!
Dude, I don't got 4 minutes, do I?
No.
I know. I'm just kidding. Well, guys, thank you. This is going to be a great event for you guys this weekend. And I know I'm speaking again this year, and I always make it a point to want to be a part of this whole organization. And I think you guys should want to be up here too. And so one of the things that Pete recognizes, and just because I've moved on in pins, and I've been sitting at my level for a long time, so I'm really proud that we moved forward, and I've jumped to the 5-star diamond level. Broke 3 diamonds this year, and really proud of all the people that have stepped up in my team. So one of the things Pete wanted me to talk about, you guys know that I'm a very numbers-driven person. So a lot of the talks today kind of had a lot of the themes you're going to see in my talk, because I believe that you need to learn how to legitimize your business. You need to learn how to bring what I call proof of concept. And when you look at proof of concept, there's two things that I believe you got to develop in your proof of concept. So why do you believe in this business? It starts with you. Whenever I talk to a new person getting involved in the business, the secret to the business is your story first. When I got into business, Pete talked about you guys need to know your story. You guys need to develop that own belief in why do you believe in this business. And it all starts from 2 phases. One is the belief in the product. This is what Beachbody teaches. So it's very, very simple to get yourself believing in the product. You just follow exactly what the programs teach. Do the workouts. Now, Tony talked about 5 to 7 times a week working out. Christina Boyce would hit me, but I'm one of those 3 to 4. You never make it. And I believe if you get yourself conditioned and become a product of the product, and we have the roadmap. If somebody gave you a roadmap, I think Eric Worre said that. I hit Noel and I said, that's exactly what I was going to say. You got a roadmap to fitness. You cannot fail. You absolutely cannot fail this business if you just follow the program. It's a 90-day program. A lot of you guys went to college and you bought that whole concept of I'll go to college, get a good education, and from that good education, I need to go back to another 4 years of college and get my master's and now make it in life. And why did you guys do that? Because they told you I have a roadmap. Here's the syllabus, here's what you take, you show up to every class, and you're going to be successful. And a lot of people, they're figuring out today that they're not going to actually be as successful as they thought they were going to be. And with Beachbody, same roadmap. Here's the calendar, here's your diet plan, you do the workouts. Why do you want to have that type of story? Because when you talk to people, they're looking in your eyes. And they know if you're doing it, and they know if you're not doing it. And I got in the business, Pete got in the business, just like me, because we saw the opportunity to make money. And Pete made a lot of money. And when I got in, I heard the story, because I just got in, and Pete got his check for $50,000 being the first 10-star diamond. And I think Tony Horton was on stage with him, and Tony Horton said, hey Pete, you can work out too. And that was like, but you know what? I don't fault Pete for building the business, because what happened? Look at Pete today. It motivated him to get healthy and fit. So is that a bad thing? No, I think it's a great thing. And so I believe you got to get involved with the product. Drink Shakeology every single day. So how many of you guys drink Shakeology every day? Seriously. Every day. How many of you guys drink it twice a day? Awesome. That's why you guys are here. I sponsored 3 new coaches in the last month, And when you speak to them about, hey, Mary, what are you up to? Are you putting your name list together? You're doing all the getting started right things. And they say, I'm so busy. I'm working. I don't have time. And then I just send a text. Well, did you drink your Shakeology? That takes 5 minutes. And if they say no, the chances of them staying in the business is probably 50% after 1 month. After 2 months, they're going to get off. So you, as a coach, have to stress that they need to be on Shakeology. And if they're not, you need to actually send them pictures, like I do. I take a picture of my Shakeology and my Seattle cup. Yeah. And I say, here's Super Bowl Shakeology. But I let them know I'm drinking it. Because it starts with you. It starts with you. And your belief level will carry on. And I promise you, you cannot fail if you do that and you'll develop a belief system. You will believe more than if someone comes up to you, and someone can't come up to me and tell me Shakeology is bad. Just like Emil talked about. You can develop that belief, and people will follow that belief. The second part that you need to develop a belief in, and I believe this is a little more difficult to develop this belief, because a lot of people have limiting beliefs. And Carl Deichler, I ran into him outside, and that's exactly what I like to talk about, limiting beliefs. They have life experiences that have dictated a script in their life. Everybody has a script. And they're either going to be super excited about something because they've never been burned, or they're going to be very cautious, very skeptical. And it's all a script. And if you have this internal belief in yourself, you'll be able to flip that script on them. And so for yourself to develop that belief in the business, it all starts with Success Club. And I believe the profitability in all of Beachbody, since I started 5 years ago, is building Emerald Success Club 5 coaches because of that customer acquisition program. If you're sitting there as a new coach, and I'm talking to new coaches real quick, you have one coach sponsored, you need to talk to your upline. Or you need to have your upline talk to your upline and say, why are you sitting there with one sponsored coach? You have not unlocked the key to seeing your belief level growing. Because the day that we got in, Pete showed me, that's why I got in the business. I flew out to Las Vegas and Pete said, this company is giving me customers. And I'm a salesperson, so giving leads really doesn't happen. You're normally buying leads. He opened up his back office and showed me all of these leads. Big tip. He showed me his back office with all of these customers. And I said, where the heck did this come from? Then he showed me his income. And I said, that's amazing. So the next day I went out, sponsored my 2 people, got qualified, and at that time, the following week, we were getting customers. And I called Pete, I called Noel, I was like, this is crazy, I didn't do anything. Why are they giving me these customers? And I just grew upon that, and I grew upon that, and I taught people. So you personally need to get yourself. So if you're a new coach or a coach with one person, get that second person. I don't care what you have to do. Here's a tip. You could get some guy in for 30 days, get qualified. You're going to get customers. You'll have another 30 days if that person quits to replace that person so you can stay on that customer lead wheel. I don't know about you guys, but how many of you guys, let me see here. How many of you guys have gotten customers from Beachbody? Okay. How many of you guys make $100 a month from the customers that give you a Beachbody? Okay, I can tell you all these hands, the ones who just turned Emerald, if you stick at that Emerald level, just 2 people, in about 4 or 5 months, you'll generate at least $100 residual income. Exactly what Marlene said, $100. Is $100 a lot of money? I think it's a lot of money for a lot of people. Because you got to go work overtime. Some people got to work 3 or 4 or 5 hours overtime to make that kind of money. So that is the key that unlocks it. So you cannot fail. Now here's the roadmap. That is it. That is it. You guys need to know that that is going to be where you will be able to know. So once you know, you know. And this picture is funny. I show this picture because I'm a person that believes in giving people something to relate to the business. So you got a bunch of dogs, and then you got this head dog, super excited. He sees a rabbit. he runs down ahead of everybody else, and then he's the one that follows the rabbit down the hole. He turns around, starts calling to all the other dogs, says, hey, I got a rabbit over here, I got a rabbit over here. All the other dogs come around and they start sniffing around there. And you know who's going to stay on that rabbit? You know who's going to stay there and never leave that hole? That one dog that saw the rabbit go down the hole. What does that have to do with what I just told you about? If you guys, everybody's like, what the heck is this thing talking about? If you guys are the lead dogs, you guys are all leaders. If you guys see the rabbit go down the hole, you receive customers, you create income, you actually have a paycheck to show people, and you actually have the ability to say, it works. You now will never leave this business. There's no reason why you should leave this business if you're continually. I have coaches that have been with me for 4 years, and they will swear that I will never leave because I continually get customers as long as I have 2 active coaches. Now, the people who will leave, those dogs will be around, they're going to be, if they could talk and you could hear them be like, what are you talking about, Bob? There's no, that business don't work. I'm going to go over here and they're going to go find another rabbit. And you need to make sure that you're showing them. So you need to find a way to get them to see that the rabbit went down the hole, okay? So once you know, you'll never, ever, ever quit. But it all starts with belief. So when you look at your belief system, most people who are successful in life, they had a mentor. They had somebody who did it before them. So if you want to be somebody successful in Beachbody, you need to do it first. It all starts with you. And when you look at successful athletes, first of all, I'll talk about all the athletes here. I was going to put Cowboys, but I couldn't think of any father-son. So you got the Manning brothers. The Manning brothers have their dad. Why do you think that they were successful? Because they were in the locker rooms. They saw that it wasn't that difficult. And so when you bring your teams around this business and you can show them that, hey, all you gotta do is do these one simple 2-3 steps, they will come along and they will duplicate. And so you've got the Ripkins and you've got the Griffeys, and there's layers and layers of families that have created super success. But it is hard to be the first, okay? I could say I'm probably one of the first in my family to build any kind of free lifestyle. My brother makes a lot of money. He's an executive at a company in Oregon, makes a ton of money. But his lifestyle is a little different than mine. And being first was difficult. You're gonna get tomatoes in the face from your family, and are you leaving to another convention again? Why don't you go get a regular job? You're gonna hear all of these things. You gotta overcome those things because the lifestyle is amazing to be free. And when you do that, the reason I put this slide in, everybody here who has children, your responsibility is to make sure your children believe that they can be successful. And if I ask anybody in here, besides building the Beachbody business, how many of you would want your kids to do what you do for a living? Okay. And if you said yes, you're probably in a social business that helps a lot of people, and so you can see that benefit. But most people are trading 60, 70 hours a week, and they really wouldn't even let their kids go take their job. So let me ask you, why are you guys staying there? Why are you guys living in that world? Thank you. Stop. I just want you guys to know, you don't have to. We're nothing special. Pete and I will always say, we're nothing special. We just did something simple. But your kids are watching you, okay? I'll just share with you, your kids are watching you because I just know they are because these kids watch their parents. And my daughter had the opportunity to write an essay for a science contest, and one of the questions was, who's your hero? Who would you write about? Who's your hero? And she wrote about me. I was like, whoa. And it wasn't because I told her to. It really wasn't. I mean, I just lived my life. And then my daughter, she said, Dad, can you read this? Read this again. I read it. I was going to read it to you guys, but I'd probably cry. But she was just saying how much of an example I am and that I'm ambitious. And all I do is just want to make sure that she sees that she can be just as ambitious as I am. So make sure you guys do that. So let's talk about the proof of concept. So proof of concept. Why do I call it proof of concept? The next slide I'm going to show you is Shark Tank. I'm glad they talked about Shark Tank because it fits in perfectly. But here's the proof that the business really, really works. Okay? Volume is key. Pete says it's all about the volume. So how do you generate volume? You can generate volume by doing retail. Challenge groups, selling, online selling, creating a website. You can create a lot of volume for yourself. Do you know that if you do personally 6,000 PV in volume for yourself, you're making the retail profit, but there's no cycle bonuses coming from you? Wouldn't it be smarter to have 6,000 PV running down one leg, or 3,000 down one leg, and 3,000 running down the other leg? Absolutely, because that's residual. That'll continually come in. So you need to help those coaches to qualify for Success Club. And I always tell people, Success Club isn't perfect. It's not the perfect system, but it is within what Beachbody teaches us, and that's how they formulate the customer lead program. You're going to qualify for the 3 lead wheels. You're going to qualify for Shakeology leads, or the regular customer leads. You're going to qualify for the Shakeology leads, and then on the Coach Network side, you can also qualify for the leads that they have. So you want to be a part of those lead systems and hit Success Club every single month, and build this ego business. People laugh, but that's all I teach. That's all I teach. Christina's shaking her head. That's all I teach. Because I want to create that belief for my coach in the first 30 days. So I sponsored a new guy named David Miller. He couldn't come this weekend. I sponsored him. And he just finished up his Success Club, sponsored 3 guys. Did a conference call. He has his 3 guys on the phone. And you know what I told him? We're going to help you 3 guys get that done before the end of the month. Why do I want to do that? Come July, when we launch Pile, all those customers that are going to generate, 21 Day Fix is #1 on TV right now. All the customers they're going to generate, I've got 4 times the volume coming in from all 4 of those guys hitting Success Club. That's free volume that I don't have to go out and generate. Beachbody's giving it to us. Okay, so that's the proof of concept. So why do I want to talk proof of concept? Because I'm a big Shark Tank fan. Okay, so everybody in here who wants to be successful in this business, let me ask you a question. If you've watched Shark Tank and they put you on the stage and they put you in front of Mark Cuban and David and Robert and all those guys, and you have to actually show them and say, hey, I got a business opportunity for you to invest in. Would you be able to articulate, show cash flow statements, or explain how cash flow is made in Beachbody? Would you? If you can't, you need to know how that all works, because when you sit in front of a prospect, it's not Mark Cuban, it's a prospect. They want to know, why am I going to invest not money, but my time into this business? And when you look at the cash flow that it can generate, I'm going to show you a slide, and you guys can take pictures of it, but it's going to be really cool. It shows cash flow. I guarantee you, Pete Pena could stand on stage, and he told them, hey, I want you to invest in my business. I need $100,000 to do a big event, and I'll give you 10% of my income. He pops up his income, all of them be like, yo, I'm in, sign me up, because it's cash flow. It's pure cash flow. This is not just based on hours working, Pete working hours and hours and hours. It's truly cash flow. It's walk away income. And it's profit and value. You need to show the profit and value. So here is an example. So now I want you to believe, okay? Some of you may have not seen anything like this, and if you haven't, you need to make sure you build your own so you can show people. So when you look at the first column is an Emerald coach that's been in for about 2.5 years on my team. Okay? And you can see it's not consistent. You got $31, $140, $225, and they sponsored 1 or 2 people that were building the business, so they got a couple cycle bonuses, but a lot of that is from the customer acquisition program. Customer leads. They hit Success Club 1 time and then they fell out, but they maintained Emerald. Emerald, and they made a decent income over, and those are weekly checks, you guys. Okay? Now the second level, because that person is a diamond, they built stable business of Success Club 5 qualifiers. They're making anywhere from like $800 to $1,000 every single week in Beachbody. I'm showing this to you guys because I want you to know the money is real. It's not fake. They're not telling you that if you do this, maybe you will make the money. And so the third is a Star Diamond level, and that's about $2,000 to $2,500 a week. And there are 10-star diamonds that may not even make that kind of money. So don't be fooled. That's a 3-star diamond paycheck. Okay? And I know that if you guys go out and create this kind of belief through duplication. So now that I explained to you guys, it all starts with you. You need to just take this concept and help those people. When I say help, I mean help them. And I'm not saying hold their hand every single day. In the beginning, for the first, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, you should be. You should be changing their diaper. You should be taking them to the bathroom. They should become one of your best friends. But as they grow, you need to let them grow and nurture and grow. And that's kind of what happened with Christy Curtis. She grew. She just grew. And I said, this girl went from diapers to college in like 3 weeks. I was like, go ahead. And she built, and she had the confidence to duplicate this system. She truly believes that that's why she makes so much money. She's a Success Club machine over and over. And keep it simple. This is simple. Sponsor 3 people. Keep it simple. Okay? And then you can go build the Great Wall of China. I mean, you got one brick. You take 5 of them, you can build a little wall. And you just keep duplicating them. And I don't care if they're on your inside, outside, middle. I don't really care as long as they're on the right leg and the left leg. Because the volume will run. The volume will run. And you can continue that process. If you guys stick that, if any of you guys duplicate this, that's exactly what Christy has. She has hundreds of Success Club 5 qualifiers in her organization. And it's just really, really, really simple. So it goes back to this building block. Okay? Right there. And I'll just leave you guys with this. When you guys have a big enough dream, this is all good information, but you're not going to apply it if you don't have a big enough dream. So I don't know what your guys' dreams are, but my dream was to create memories. So just sharing with people. Pete always talks about us traveling and going out. You know why I do it? It's not because I want to show off to everybody. It's because I can spend quality time with my daughters to learn how to be like their mother, to be awesome if they get called to be married, they will know how to treat their family. I also want to give them the opportunity to be educated. But if I had a job, you guys, if I had a job, that 3-month road trip would never have happened. And we've created so many relationships with each of my daughters. I know every single personality of all 3 of my daughters. I know a lot of dads that don't even know, what makes their daughters tick. And they always just go, oh, they're on that monthly thing. You know what, I don't ever want to use that excuse. I want to be able to know their personality, and I know how to hug them, or I know how to talk to them if they're having a hard time, and I want to be there for them. So if you have a big enough dream, this will fly through, you guys will fly through this concept. But this is the key. Right there is the key to your guys' freedom. Okay? So thank you so much. I hope you guys are excited about this weekend. Love you guys.